I sit at the kitchen table, and after I'm done my breakfast, I sit there because I forget that I can actually move to the TV, and I just sit there watching 2 more episodes.
Dude, we have these wood chairs in our kitchen that aren't comfortable. Like after a while, my ass starts to hurt, and I was like, why am I still up here? Like we eat dinner, like, and after we're done eating, we both kind of like zone out on our cell phones, and it's like, I want to go downstairs.
Yeah,
I don't want to sit in a chair anymore.
that happens here.
I remember having
Well,
those Costco chairs, those white ones, and those things are durable. But we had an old one the one day, and I leaned back and I was stretching, and the top broke. I just hear it like pop, and it caved in, and I was like, God damn it, I'm fat. Broke a Costco chair.
That happened to somebody I know. He sat down in one of those plastic chairs outside, and it actually exploded.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. Your buddy should have had more self-awareness. If you're a fat dude, big guys understand what big guys should be doing. You ever see a big guy do this? You just think you're at your local Mexican children's birthday party, so alcohol and friends everywhere, where they go like this. No. And then they get up and they go sit on the bench or some shit. That's a fat guy test. You sit down and you just put a little, like, especially if you got thick legs and you're a big guy, you sit your fat ass just a little bit on the chair, just to listen. Then you listen for the cracks. And you go, okay. And then you feel the, shut up! And then you feel the wobble. And you go, okay, how's it feeling? Every fat guy has that test.
That happened to me when I went to go get my glasses. I sat down in the chair, and I was like, whoa. And I sat in the one without the handle or the armrest. And my wife goes, do you want to sit here to get closer to the desk? I said, no, I'm fine in this one right here, and I'm not moving. I'm just sitting right here.
We've been at parties where I've gone to sit down in the plastic, like, lawn furniture people have.
I don't sit in
And I've gone, nope. And immediately, like, got up and I stood and leaned against a wall or something. Like,
oh, look, you got a cooler right here. I'm going to sit there and protect the cooler.
Yeah, hey, a tree stump. Like, Jen has seen me do this, too, where it's like you do a crouch, and then you test the structural integrity, and realize, no, we are not on safe ground. Because that will happen if you're too fat and you try to shove your fat ass inside of a fucking plastic outdoor chair that it's this thin. It's just a little bit thicker than a fucking CD case. And then it just splinters and hits the poor birthday girl in the face and eyes. Like, that happens. Fat guys need to understand. Fabian's got it.
Yeah, Fabian says true. Now he just stands.
I just stand. Like, if you, and you know, when you're a seasoned fat boy, as soon as you get into the room, you scope out the chairs, and it's like the Terminator scanning the room, but instead it's like structural integrity, not for you, fat fuck. And then you just know, like, okay, I'm standing for 3 hours. It is what it is. Whoa! My dog just decided to have a conniption. Chairs at the doctor's offices, they're sturdy, but they're not comfortable. So, like, I just kind of like, I'm weary of them. You know what I mean? Like, I look at them like, you guys gone into doctor's offices recently? You see the extra wide fat ass seats? Where it's like, that's for two, and it's like, yeah, no, it's not. That's for
yeah, but you got the skinniest motherfucker sitting in them.
Mm-hmm.
That actually could fit my wife and my two kids, all in the same.
Yeah, those are meant for people that don't, like, there's that woman that is what is she, suing the airline or whatever it is, or she's a TikTok influencer, and she's morbidly obese. Like, it takes a week to get across her ass. Like, it's just, you know. And she's bitching that airlines are fat phobic because the aisles are so narrow.
How brave of her.
How brave.
You know what?
That dog
when I walk down the aisle, everybody that's sitting on my ass side, they just either move their head or they're going to get bumped as I walk by.
Here's the thing. We're all on a giant tin can that may or may not fall out of the sky. My ass being in your face. And here's the thing, fat people. Wash yourself before going on a plane. Don't go on a plane smelly ass to where if you gotta angle your fat ass to get through the aisle, your ass isn't stinking some poor person's face up. Like, there's etiquette. Like, fat people need to understand, if you're gonna be fat, be fat. I'm fat. Nobody gives a fuck if you're fat. Just don't be disgusting. If you're gonna be disgusting, expect some fucking ridicule, because there's nothing worse than a fat, disgusting. It's just how it is. Like, I'm fat and I'm in public and I'm looking at some of them just like, if you weren't using that Amigo buggy, you wouldn't be so fat. Like, that's just how I look at it. I'm sorry. It's the truth. If you got your fat ass out of that scooter and walked a little bit, maybe you wouldn't be so goddamn fat. Meanwhile, in this grocery store, the scooter's full of cookies and sugar soda, you know, everything they could pod. Like, I go to Sam's Club and seeing some of these people's carts, like, where it's just like a 36 count box of Chips Ahoy, and it's just like, what the f are you doing? Like, you don't need. I don't. How many do you have? 10 kids? Because that's the only reason you need that many boxes of cookies is if you got 10 kids. And it's all shit. Like, I'm over here like happy because they started selling Sprite Zero. You know how jealous I am of people that can walk into Sam's Club and just pick up a 36 count of Lipton Brisk and go home happy? I can't do that.
We
Lewis
were at
can.
Walmart, and there was an old lady. She wasn't obese, but she was good. She looked like she was not doing well, and she was riding one of those scooters, and she stopped me and Shay, and she's like, she's she's like, "Do you guys like biscuits and gravy?" And we're like, "Yeah." And she's pointing to like the ready to go meals, and she's like, "They make a biscuits and gravy one. Could you find it for me?" And we go look, and she grabs one, and she's like, "Here you go." And she's like, "No, I need 20 of them."
Jesus.
So like the carts, the motorized scooter carts aren't that big though. So she drove away like not really being able to see over the 20 boxes of ready to go biscuits and gravy. And she
Oh.
was like trying to sell us on it. She's like, "It's just so good." And we're like, "Yeah, we
It's
know."
got so
Like,
much sodium in it. It's wonderful.